Okay, kids, I believe we are live again for day 2 of the iStencils sale featuring Joan Smith new designs. Excuse me. Here are the deets for the sale. Start off with those. And there's Joan joining live. Hey, Joan. The code for the sale is SMITHIES25. That's Joan's last name. 25% off your entire purchase of iStencils. That includes not just Joan's stencils, not just mine, but the entire iStencil site, which is well over 3,000 designs. If you spend $50 after the discount, you'll get this free stencil, which is like 4 bookmarks that can be cut out. They're cut here already. They're just in with little tabs you clip, or you can leave it together as one stencil. But that's the freebie you get for $50 purchase. And if you're in the US, you get free shipping as always for a $50 order with iStencils. That's always their policy. International shipping is extremely reasonable, and customer service is the best. So let's start it off here. I saw some people coming in. Joan, AJ. Hi, AJ. Hi, Jackie. Hey, Jane, my neighbor. Don't show anything too exciting. What is that? The gallery? What's your name, dear? Gayla. Oh my goodness. My mod extraordinaire is online today. Hey, Dot. Oh, you're Gail. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I get the name. Hello. Hey, Glenda. Let me sit this here while I run my yap a little bit in case anybody missed that. Hey, Marion. Hey, Joy. Thanks for joining, everybody. You got it out of the dry cleaners, Gayla? Woo! Your moderator sash. And up top, you have it on live chat, right? Not top chat. Just in case. So we're going to have to deal with my cough again today. It's been a little bit better today. So here's hoping. I make no promises, but let me show you a couple other things. You know, we're just doing jelly prints, right? And then, like, what do you do with all these papers? Shrimp fried rice. I'll be right over. Jean, homeschool mom. She's one street over from me. Anyway, you come up with all these prints, right? Well, I was a jelly printing fool when this plate first came out. And for quite some time, if you look back on my channel, you'll see tons of jelly plate videos. But what do you do with them? So I pull out a few things that I've done with these in the past. And I got on a kick of, I have one of the, I think it's We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch boards, right? They were like 15, 19 bucks. I started making some little note cards by taking one jelly print. You use the note, you decide what size you want, but what I was using was 8.5. 8.5. You'd cut the sheet. Have some left over, right? However you want to arrange it, whatever you want left over. So I would take one jelly print and fold it up on the punch board. Let me put something black behind this. What's this? And it's got print all over it. Let's do this. And you can see it's one print, right? Put little double-sided tape here, and then I would take a note index card. Oh, I got a schmutz on this one. And then take the little strip and put it on there, and then you'd have like a matching little note card, right? So these are easy to make. They're actually kind of fun to make. But I made tons of them. Now, I was showing you guys the other day when you have a ghost print and you pick it up. It's not that great. But if you have all black, if you use black on your plate and you're picking it up, but look how cool the black and white cards look, right? I got on a tangent of the black and white ones. Here's just one with all kind of layers on it. This was a cleanup print using the Titan buff I showed you guys yesterday. That's the surfboards stencil I talked about that kind of reminded me of Joan's tribal ones. Like Joan's better, but I'm just saying. This was just black and white through my check stencil. And this was a mosaic stencil and my iron gate stencil, right? And Then I would bundle some of these. That was a patina print back when I remembered how to do them. Excuse me. This one you can see the PBO's paints and that flashing, right? More black and white, black and white, black and white. See, I had a little kick there in the black and whites. Hey, Wellena. And this is that cave etchings that I was playing with yesterday, the Greek key. Oh, this is just an orange couple designs. That was one of the, what was that called? With those chevrons. And then I just put I forget what that was called, radio waves or something over it. But anyway, that's a note. And then I would take like 5 or 6 of these and tie them up with a little bit of baker's twine for little stocking stuffers or a little girlfriend or hostess gifts or something like that. So everybody always asks me, what do you do with all these prints? That's one thing. Here's something else I did. I jelly printed right onto round labels, like so. Right? And it doesn't matter what it looks like because you're going, this one I even watercolored on to see if it would stick, but ignore that. And then I took a lid to a mason jar and dipped it in some gold acrylic and just popped these gold circles over. It looks a little crazy. However, excuse me, I'm looking for a seam. There it is. When you pull one off of these and stick it on something black, it becomes its own little work of art. So that's what I did. Excuse me. That's what I did with these, right? So see my pictographs over a cleanup print and some gold swirls. And these had cards that had a black border around them, which I thought really made them pop, right? And then here's another set that were bigger cards that had black envelopes. And there's that stripe stencil I told you about that was so usable. Joan has one that has some of this. Hey, CB. Right, so there's just a couple ideas of what else you can do. But another thing I've done in the past, and we'll do this today, is print on a plain gift bag like this. Thank you, CB. It's a little better. Still got the tickle. So these are just the miscellaneous prints that I did yesterday. This one seemed to be real popular with people. Love that design. I forget the name of the stencil, Joan. But people said it looked like, citrus slices. So I used citrus colors on there, and some people really liked that yesterday. This is the avalanche. I remember that one. I did kind of a gradient print on that. This is the tribalistic. I don't know what you call this. Tribal something. But that's the reverse print and the pull on here, and then the ghost or the pickup underneath the stencil here. A few patina prints. I attempted trying to go back and recapture how I used to do that. It's been so long since I've done this. That's one of my stencils, the cave etching stencil. This is Joan's. This one just had a number on it. I want to say it was 39. So to find Joan's stencils, go to iStencils.com. That's the letter I, stencils, not EYE. Go to iStencils.com. Look under my Patty Parrish heading, and then you'll see Joan's stencils under my category. And hers are all JS numbers for Joan Smithies. And they have new icons for the ones that are just in this release. And then she's got other ones out there from a previous release, as I do. This one was kind of doing like a rose gold gradient on there. And let's see, I'm trying to get these tissue papers together. And then this is the cleanup from this one, right? And the first pull from the citrus one. I'm calling it citrus. It's not citrus. Ignore my silly names that I make up. Remember how Paula used to always name my stencils that weren't right, the names that were on there, but everybody knew what she was talking about. So it was probably a better name from the get-go, but okay, let's get this out of the way and let's get down to some business. And remind me to do that bag at some point, somebody. And some tag, we'll do tags too. And we'll do some watercolor through one. Oh, I started to get red. Somebody yesterday asked me to use red paint, that they're afraid of using red paint. And I think I signed off after that request came in. So I'm going to pull some red out of my little cart here. I think I have some of this yellow deep out there. Yes, I do. All right. Here we go. Never fails. Oh, spam. That's a shocker. Does everybody get spammed with phone calls for donations and everything the way we do? It's ridiculous. We started trying to block the numbers, but then the same people come back on a different ghosted number. Okay, so if anybody wants to see a particular stencil, let me know. This is the freebie. Where's my black paper here? This is the freebie in person. It's full-size stencil. And see what I mean by this is clipped here. It's cut with these little tiny little tabs in there. And I mean, they're tiny, but don't think you can pull them out of there without damaging your stencil. Take scissors and take the time to cut them. There's only one here and I think one at each end. Oh no, there are 3 on each side and 1 in the middle on the end. They cut out very easily, but if you try to tear them, this Mylar is so strong. Number one, it's hard to tear, but if you do, it's likely that you'll mess up the stencil. So don't mess up your new stencils. So let's slap down some paint and let's do, well, let's start with red. She is a delicate flower that can leap tall buildings in a single bound. I don't use red a lot either, but it's only because I'm such a teal and turquoise. Oh, sorry, turquoise and purple fan. You might not have known that about me, but it's true. Let's do some red. What do I want to throw in with red? I guess it's got to be another warm color. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's throw in some PBO. Got paint boogers everywhere. What is this? Orange yellow. Orange yellow. So this is orange paint with yellow iridescent in it. So that'll keep it from turning to mud. Maybe. Hello. Branson Limo. Oh, Norma. I was going to say, oh my God, I got brain fart on your name. Sorry, Norma. It's been a while. I wanted to put, a little white in here to break this up. Did I pull out white? Yeah. Let's use this white before it ends up being a brick in a plastic bag that I can't use for anything. Too late, maybe. No. There we go. Let's see what happens there. And let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Hey, Tim. Yeah, that's kind of cool looking. Still too much paint. What a shocker. Oh, how did that happen? Actually, some of that's pretty thick. I'm going to take another little roll of that off. Look at the white showing through when I lift that extra layer. Now look at that. That's ridiculous. It covered the whole piece of paper. This one is one of Joan's called Tangled Links. When I see this one, it kind of reminds me of Gayla because I assume at some point she'll be in shackles and chains. So I don't know. Just saying. What do I want to pull that on? Let's pull it on cardstock. Shall we? Joan's stencils, by the way, the size is A4, which fit perfectly on an 8x10 jelly plate. My stencils are 8 by 10. Well, the design of the stencil is 8 by 10. So it fits on the jelly plate. But I did mine especially for the jelly plate with that in mind. And that 8 by 10 was the only one they had back when I did them. But you can use any size, anything, which I'll show you in a little bit, on a jelly plate. You just don't have to paint up the whole thing. Just put paint on the part that you're going to use. I did have too much white on there. I need to stop doing that, but that's cool. This, hang on, am I zoomed out? Let me pull it back a little bit. I'm a little bit out of my window. Did my camera move? Hang on, let me pull this all the way out and see where I am. It's a little cattywampus. Hold on to your lunch. I like that to be straight. Hey, Kia. Let's see if I missed anybody coming in. Set this one aside to dry. And now I'm going to use one of my many cleanup prints from yesterday to clean out the extra paint in the holes. See that white coming through there and there and there. And that white's still there. Some of these paints, they're much thicker, heavier weight than others. And when you get those mixed, I don't know, viscosity, you sometimes don't get the best results. But when you use the same kind of paint, you get really cool results. Now I'm going to pick underneath the stencil up on a tissue, and I'm going to take another one of these miscellaneous prints here that was a cleanup print yesterday on a piece of scrap deli to clean off the stencil. So I'm going to put this clean one on here to pick up the print. All right. Put this one down. And I'm just going to get the paint off the back of the stencil in this one, basically. That's just my thing. That's not how you have to do it. Everybody's got their own thing. Some people completely clean off, excuse me, their jelly plate in between prints. I do not do that. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. It's just a way. So that's just gathering more paint. And let's pull this one up here. And see where the white blobs are really apparent in there, where they didn't really do their thing the right way with the other paints. I wanted to throw in, a couple people asked me about a couple of these iStencils and Badass. I want to blend a couple of those in, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to come back over it with one of Joan's stencils for a little papa. Now, see, this is an iStencil, and it's not made to fit specifically on a jelly plate, but I'm going to get on there as much as I can. And I'm going to use these. These are PBO extra fine artist grade, and this is gold green dime. You know what? I think these are really like snotty consistency. Hey, Jamie. If I remember. So this might not be. I'm just going to mix them up. This one's blue violet. So we might get a little shiny baby poop, which I like to call bronze. But they're like the paint. Yeah, that's really thick. Can you see the paint boogers? Oh gosh, it smells too. I need to get rid of those. They're not my faves. And you know what? I'm going to do a different stencil because that's, I don't know that that's going to come out the way I wanted it to. Let's just use this. This is one of the Badass stencils called Endless, because there's no ends on it, I guess, right? And it's just kind of like one of those go to infinity looks. I'm going to pull that on black since they're both iridescent. Black paper's trying to get away from me. Oh, badass. It's on the label. I can say it's a brand. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, look at that. That looks good on the black because it looks like this has black ink lines over top of a solid paint. That's pretty cool. And you can see the shimmer in there, right? And still a little bit of that white boogers that were on the plate are coming through. But that's kind of cool. Give me this. And let me pick up this on here. Put that against that black pattern there. See what we get. And the Badass stencils have their own category, their own heading on the iStencils site. That came out very fine on that. This just has many prints ghosted lifted on here, so it's just for cleanup purposes. It wasn't for prettiness. Trust me. Let's use this. I haven't used this for a while. This is a Lucas Cobalt Turquoise Krill liquid. It's acrylic, of course. Let me get this off. Hey, Brady Patty. Sorry about the cough. Ain't a thing I can do about it. Let me do that, and let's try this aqua green light. I don't have another one of those in that same. It's kind of like a Goldens, but I like this color. Try here. Let's try this mixed up with that and see what we get. Sorry. That almost looks like it went to one color right away because they're so like one like the other. Which do I want to get on here? I want to make sure this is the part that makes it look more 3D here. So I want to try to get as much of that on here as I can. So we'll do that. See what we get. We'll do that on cardstock. My doctor told me that people that are having a cough like this have coughed for 2 to 2.5 months and nothing touches it. Great. All right. Oops, get out of there. Oh, cool. In fact, it does look 3D. Let me clean that up. I'll put that on this one. Try to get the holes clean there. Hi, Kim. All right, let me get a piece of deli. Let's get another piece of deli and put this one here to clean off the stencil. Hey, Dar. That was pretty dry, so I don't think much, not much came off of that. And that's just fine. But this one should be an outline of that print, right? Picking up the reverse, excuse me, the reverse. So I want to, is that dry yet? That's kind of dry. I'm going to look for a little pop of black stencil here. Hang on. Where is that? This one. This is what I want. This one's called Formation. This is Jones number 34, Formation. And let's do that in black. Where's my black? Oh, it fell down. This paint's a couple years old at least, but it's got a funky consistency. So I think that's just because it's older. Oh. And it's thick. When you roll it, it's got those puckers that like hold stiff peaks, as bakers would know what I'm talking about. Not that I'm a baker, but I watch cooking shows. So let's put this bad boy on here. I use cardstock, and these holes are little. So we'll see if I can get a good a good print. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm going to schmutz that up. We'll see. This is 90-pound cardstock. I usually used 110 for those cards I showed you when I first started. But it's really hard to get 110 down through these tiny holes on designs like this. If you're going to put them on 110, it's usually better to pounce the... Hey, Kim. It's usually better to pounce the paint through it rather than try to jelly print it. Let's see what we got. Oh, there you go. It's kind of a cool little layer. And that pretty much cleaned those holes. I get a little bit more out of there. Oh yeah, see that little bit coming through? Just a little bit, get that off of there. And then, oh, you know what? I wonder if that's going to be wet enough to try a patina print on there. Hang on. Let me do this. I don't know. That's kind of thin black paint. I'm going to try it anyway. And I'm thinking, for those that were here yesterday, when I tried to mix the blue and the orange, thinking I got that baby poop, I think it was the green and the orange. I think is what I used to do. Where the heck? Here it is. Okay, what's the name of the stencil with the 3D look? Hang on 1 second. I'll tell you, Glenda. I want to get this on here before this black paint dries because it's a really thin layer. It might already be too late. And that's an iStencil, so that's going to have a number. Now I'm just letting the weight of the brayer go over that to pick up some of the excess, and you want to see the design under it for this to work the way I like for it to work. See, it kind of looks like baby poop now. I'll do that on tissue. I keep saying tissue, it's deli paper. Hey, Shauna. Sometimes these turn out better, the patina prints, when there's just a little bit of holes. So those colors only show a little bit here and there, and they look more rusty, patina-ish, if you will. It's crinkling up, so maybe it's wet enough. I got one more cough drop. I'm going to have to go for Barney's Bulletin. And they were on the, oh no, she's still hanging in there. She actually had an ultrasound today, and they said that they come and go like that, and she could go for another week. Oh Lord, that's more antique-y kind of looking that I was trying to describe so poorly yesterday. I like that one a lot, actually. Let's see how the green and the orange made the bronzy color where they actually mixed. Mama liked that one. I'll put that off in a safe place. That'll be in a collage. Believe you me. You okay, Jamie? I see you said you're laying down. Somebody's saying hi. Oh, the baby? Is that what you're talking about, the baby? Her name's actually Cameron Grace, and they're going to call her Cammy, C-A-M-I. If that's what you're talking about, Shauna. Oh, Carrie Ann. Never mind. I got Cammy on the brain. Till that little rascal's here. All right, that's just piles and piles of paint on there. But that would make a really cool cleanup print. So I'm going to do that now. But this one, let me get this name for, who asked me? Glenda? Jamie, Glenda. Oh, Lord. You know what? I don't know if she's watching or not. Hang on, I got to take this real quick. Hello? I know it is. How are you? Yes, I'm streaming right now. I just want to make sure everything was kosher. Oh, okay. I'll have to give you a call back another time. All right, dear. Bye. Want to make sure it wasn't somebody. It's one of my peeps. I just want to make sure they weren't trying to say, hey, we can see you with your pants down online or something. God forbid. Ooh, that would take a turn for the worse. Let me tell you. Oh, hell, I didn't give you the number. See, it doesn't take much to screw me up. So, yes, this is an iStencil, and it is number 54-00050. And I'm not sure if the dash numbers are as important as the 54. I'm not sure. You might just 54, but that's this 3D stencil. And there's another one I wanted to try. Let me put this, let this dry a little bit more before I put more on it. Oh, yeah, that one's going to take a turn. Oh, you know what? I wonder. Hang on, let me see something. Oh, these tags are too big. I had this one in mind. This one is 2 pieces that can be cut out. And I was thinking I'd print them on tag. I could. It just won't cover the whole tag. I thought my tags were about that same size, but they are not. All right, I think this one, I'm just, oh, let me do this one. I keep looking at jeans like, oh, I want to do that one. Oh, I want to do that one. I'm going to save that one for watercolor. Okay, that's probably dry enough. Yeah, okay. I get my tight end buff. Well, you must have been magnificent somewhere because you had to get your sash out of the dry cleaner. So it was being used elsewhere, I'm sure. You know what? I'm not going to paint over that. I'll give CB the shiny baby poop. I put that in her pile. This is a little bit thick for this. Now I might have taken off a little too much. Stop while you're ahead. Do I want to do that on? I'll just do it on deli. So you got to really give this a good schmutz to pick it up and actually clean the plate. It is trickier to do them with a piece of deli because of how hard you have to rub it. Let's see. Nope, it's not cleaning it all up, but that's okay. Almost. This is first little edge here. But look at all that came off the plate when I just used that Titan Buff paint. Here you can see what the real paint color looks like. Look at all those little bits and mysterious little shapes and stuff in there. Sometimes the cleanup prints are my favorite because they're so abstract and like it kind of sucks you in wondering what designs they were in there. Mama liked that one. Okay. This is what I wanted to do. But I want to do this. I think that might be a cool pop of black too. Any requests? This one. Let's do this one. Let's put some of this pink stuff down here. This is a Dynacolor paint booger. Oh Lord. This is violet blue. So it's kind of a pinky color. And that one's going in the can. Let's see, what would be different to put with this that might look cool with this stencil. You know what? I'm just going to do this. I don't know. That might not work. That might not work. What the hell if it doesn't work, right? Who cares? Shauna, see, I was going really good for a while. Stop because of my alarm. It's back to her fighting weight. Patty, can you show the bookmark one? I sure will. I will do some of those next. I had one in my hand actually when I was just rooting through there. Gosh, I know that's going to be too much paint. You knucklehead. I'm going to take that and put that there, right? Go back and pick it up, maybe. This is one of Joan's. Hey, Via. Vaughn it is. Abstract floral panels. So we're going to go with this one. Put that on some cardstock. it was too much paint, so you can see the puckers in the paint up close, but they kind of look, because they look kind of veiny in the background, like texture. You know how we love texture, but you can cut those out and have 4 bookmarks on something. Groovy. Hang on. Use this one more time. Get these the holes cleaned out of there. I'm gonna put that one in the can. And this one, I'm just gonna pull. I was telling you guys yesterday why I usually don't like the print on the front and back of one of these, because, but I'm going to try to line this one up since it's got defined borders on there, and see if I can make it just look darker on the one side, or with a drop shadow even, maybe. All right, clean the stencil. Let's see. That actually lined up really well. So here it's pretty light on this side where I cleaned the stencil, but it just makes that a little bit darker. You can't really see it on camera, I'm sure. Of course, I got one with wet paint on both sides. That wasn't too bright. Never claimed to be, so. Oh, I gotta get some of this off of there. These little vertical lines here are still a little wet. Get those out of my way. Okay, let me look for the bookmarks here. That's the freebie. Oh, that's one that's kind of like a companion to that, has the same flowers in it. That's called Flower Power. Bookmark. Okay, so here are the 3 different bookmark patterns. I think that one's my personal favorite because it has a tribal look to it. I do owe you an epic trip. To the next year, I'm still going to be coughing probably. There's this one. This is collection number 1. The one I showed you first probably is number 2. Well, where the hell is it? Yes, this is 1. That's 2. Of course, I'd show you backwards. And this is the freebie that you get with a $50 purchase, right? So let's I wonder if I can do that. You know what? I might be making a big mess here. What the hell? I'm going to try some dark colors here. Oh, you know what was a real pretty mix? I remember Go Gale Go at our retreat would use this Liquitex Primary Blue, and I think it was this. I think it was the Liquitex Bright Aqua Green, and boogers, and a mess. Excuse me. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do a gradient. I think that might look cool on these bookmarks. Hey, Z. Glad you could make it. How you feeling today? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Can't help it. So this is the bright aqua green. Too much paint. I can already tell. That's too much blue. What the hell am I doing? Yee, I know that's too much. Let me take a big glob of that and put it over here, and then I'll use those 2 globs to make another glob. Where the hell's my baby wipes? All right, now go up here and try to just get this blue out to this edge, just being blue up here. All right, and then when I get that a good layer there, start to bring it down and make a gradient down there. And when I get down here, work it back up again and bring some of the teal back up on there. Ish. Still too much paint. Lord help me. Okay. This is the freebie. So let's put that bad boy down there. Now I wonder, oh Lord, I bet I can't do this without making a big schmutz, because these tags are too wide. I wonder if I can get one in the middle without picking up the other design. I cannot. And can I get 2 on 1? Oh, maybe. Let's try that. So see, if you only wanted to, oh, great. If you only wanted to print 1 tag, you'd only have to put paint on, one tag. You'd only have to put paint on this part of your plate. You wouldn't have to put paint on the whole thing. So when you think about it in those terms, you can see where you could do a lot of small pieces, ATCs or whatever, and put them through a stencil, but just put a little block of paint in the corner with much less paint than I use. Oh, I got the little lines between it, but that's kind of cool how it kind of took up that white space in between there. But that is too much paint on there. It's making quite the mess. Actually, I'm going to try to pick up this ghost while it's still a little damp, and that'll probably be a better print anyway. I really got to work on that less paint deal. Yeah, that's not as smeary as that is up there. That's not the stencil's fault. That's my fault because, well, just because. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Let me put these over here, over there. And, of course, I only brought out 1 more tag. Oh, I only need 1 more. Basically, the exercise is just to show you what the print looks like, but hopefully, me using too much paint, it's not as crisp as it would be with the correct amount of paint. And this looks all like a bunch of number 8s, but when it picks up, it's just kind of like random. You don't really see 8s. I'm going to pick up some of that excess over here. Most of this is gone because I did the second print. That's just another cleanup of different colors. So let's see what happens here. This is just cleaning off the back of the stencil. I just glanced up and saw Shauna's comment. It doesn't sound good, Shauna. Put that up here. And I see, that's how much paint I had. I even have to do a double on that. Let's pick it on here. Get the paint cleaned off. All right, let's do let's do this yellow. I don't know why. Less paint, Patty, less paint. Let's throw some red in with that. Stop with the paint. This will be a red hot one. Maybe a red hot mess. I don't know. Oh, hell, I still got this paint here. I forgot about. Let me put that more in my face. And I think this pool's going to pull some of those blue colors out of there too. This is collection number 1. These are really clever, Joan, to, you know, a lot of people just paint bookmarks and make bookmarks. So you took the work, did work for them. I like the deli because you can really see. You don't have to really burn your hands up pushing so hard, but you can still see, like all the centers of the flowers. I can see where they are and just go back and push it down so it gets paint in there. Yeah, it did pick up a lot of that green and blue underneath of it. See it that way? So there are those. Nancy, hey, good to see you. And then I'm going to pick that up. Oh, good. I'm glad Dave picked that up. I think that's Anne Arundel County calling about our, hopefully, calling about our streetlight situation I've complained about months ago. It's a little dark in our corner. Jean, homeschool Jean, if you're still on and can hear me, do you guys have trouble with not enough streetlights on your street? Oh, that was a nice clean print. And this is just cleaning off the plate a little bit so it's solid pickup. Let me take one of my little junker sheets here. Try to get some more of that cleaned off. Oh, not the shower exercises. Good Lord. You know what? Before I forget, let me just schmutz this on here. And I'm going to use that paint. I got a good mess going on here, let me tell you. I want to try to spread some of that violet blue around in there so it's not a big blob. And this is my fave, collection number 2. I like all of these, but I love this one for some reason, calls to me. So Jean from next door, are you saying you do have enough street lights or you do not? We do not. It's dark on our corner. We have our own lights up, but you know, we shouldn't have to burn our electric to light the whole street. Can't really see any of that. Well, you can see a little bit of the shimmer. It's really mixed in there, though. You don't see it that obvious. But that's the other set. Set 2. I keep saying 3 because the one, I did 3 of them, but the one is the freebie, so it doesn't have a number. I'm going to pick this up. Right, Tam, I know a lot of places are like that, but we're not out in the country, and it's lit on everywhere else but this back corner, which is almost a 90-degree curve. And I don't like, I was walking Oakley every evening last year until the time shifted, and then I'm walking them in the dark, and there's a pit bull down the street that they he just runs around off of a leash. And nothing against pit bulls. Some of them are very sweet dogs, but this one seems a little cray-cray. And I personally have had a bad experience with them and do not want to walk up against a strange one I don't know in the dark with a puppy. So I only walk like 2 houses one way and 2 houses the other way, which actually is longer than you'd think just because of that curve. But anyway, hey, Jane. Oh, yeah, look at that one. That's pretty. Very clever, Jean. This is going to take a while to dry, but it's got some good blue stuff in there for CB. So I'm going to set it to the side. Oh, yeah, it's not good. And they put in some new ones further down the street, replace ones that were there, and still don't have any down here. I called back in the fall, and they tell me that it's in the works, and they actually called back to reassure me that it's being worked on, but apparently that takes a while. So I want to do this one, this iStencils one. I think that's going to look pretty interesting, and it's called Sinuous. So I think I want to do, for some reason, something dark in there, or do I want to do metallics? Oh, dark metallics. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Little aerobic workout. These are Color Art Vivid Ultra Metallics, and these have been sitting for way too long. And I love these paints. I haven't done anything since February, literally, and I've been so wackadoodle with watercolors. That I haven't used any of my acrylics. So this one's called Olive, I think. Yeah, Olive Vine. This is a really pretty green. Now hopefully the mica has shaken up in there a little bit and hasn't all settled. This, you know what? I bet it hasn't, because I can see it where it's streaked down here where I didn't quite get shaken up just enough yet. I need one of those paint shakers like you get at the paint store. Shakes the whole can, put all my paints in there and just let it have at it. Yeah, can you see that gradient coming down there where it's dark down here? That probably isn't going to work very well. I mean, it'll work in print, but it won't get the shimmer in there. You know, I'm going to leave this standing in my little container over here, my Boone storage thing, and I'm going to let it sit upside down. So what can I put in here with this one? This is really runny. So, you know what? Just for shits and gigs, let's put copper in there. Are you still doing the art weekend, Patty? I'm doing one, but I'm doing it a little bit differently this year. I'm doing a smaller deal in a different format, invitation, and try something new this year. Were you interested, Jean? That copper's eating the green. Wow, this is going to be a hot mess. What was I thinking? Send me an email. Jean, I'm talking to. Homeschool Jean. Send me an email or Facebook me or pop over one day. All right. This is Patty wants us to fire her from being the organizer. Yes, please do. Sinuous. I want to. Maybe this will be spectacular. Maybe not. I'm going to put it on black. Okay, sounds good. Deb. Hi, welcome. So for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, let me show you this so you know what's going on here. I'm doing demos of different designs of iStencils, predominantly Joan Smithies, who you will see here as one of my mods. Joan also designs for iStencils, and she's got a new release. If you use the code SMITHIES25, that's her last name, you get 25% off the entire iStencils site. $50 purchase, you get this one for free. And if you're in the US, you get free shipping for orders over 50. This is good till Sunday night Eastern time at 11:59. So that runs all weekend long. This stencil that I'm doing right now isn't either one of ours, but you can buy any stencils on the site. So Sherry at iStencils sent me some other ones that she knows that I like to demo. And this is one. This is a badass stencil. That's the brand name. I can say it. It's called Sinuous. I don't know how this is going to come out with these colors on black. Oh, not bad. The green was not a wise choice. That's pretty cool. That kind of reminds me of a CC watercolor where she does her black pen work. She's got her hands like she's like a machine. My hand's like worried I'm going to screw it up when I get it so far. That's pretty cool though. And that pretty much cleaned up. Let me try to get any little bit out of there. See what this reverse one's going to look like. When I pick up the paint from under the stencil. I'm going to put that on deli. I'm just going to put this one back here to clean up the stencil. What time is it? 6:05. I'm all right. My husband is waiting for me. We're going to go out to dinner when I get done here. We haven't gone out or done anything for between my flu and bronchitis and sinusitis and his pneumonia. We've been laying low for a while. That's pretty cool. Looks like little windy rivers. And there's more green on this one. It's just how the cookie crumbled. Right, but that's going to make a pretty cool cleanup print. See all those little, as a matter of fact, I think I'll do that now. I'm going to let that dry a couple seconds, and I'm going to dig for my, I want to do this one stencil. And I have in my head how I want to layer it up. So I need this one, and I need this one. And I need, where'd you go? Ah, crap. There it is. Okay. So I got to think of how I'm going to do this. Yeah, thanks, Jean. Yeah, we've had a little go of it. All right, I'm going to take my little Titan Buff. That's a golden fluid, and just get a real skim light layer of paint on here. Oh, look, green coming off my brayer. I'm not going to cover up that shiny one for CB. Let's see. Hey, Jan. Oh, Jan, you just missed an interesting one. This is that badass one. Somebody asked me to do this one yesterday. I don't remember who. Called Sinuous. I couldn't remember who it was. It might have been you. I might be dreaming. Anything is possible at this point. Oh my gosh, it's been nuts, hasn't it, Jean? Jeez Louise. I know one night this week it was down to like close to 40, and then the next day it was 85. Got the heat on, got the air conditioner on, got the windows open, closed the windows. It's too hot. AC, fans on, fans off. Like, make up your mind. Was that you, Shauna? Somebody did. I'm trying to show everything Sherry sent me since she took the time to send it. Let me peek if that's sucking it all up. Yeah, looks pretty good. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That would make a cool note card like I showed you guys at first. Or just take any little strips of that in a collage or circle punch it or whatever. Let's cut all kind of, look at the violet blue PBO in there shining, and the green and the blues and all kind of stuff in that one. And that cleaned the entire plate. That's how a cleanup print's supposed to work. Now, I'm going to do, this isn't going to be very colorful. And I need to find brown paint, believe it or not. I think I'm going to go with brown background of this. And I think I have a tube of something brown. There we go. Raw umber. And we'll try it. What the hell? So I'm going to use that excuse me. Let me think. Do I want to go that way? Or do I want to go that way? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put dark stripes in the background. And then I'm going to do my yellow lab on top of it. And then I'm going to come back with a pop of black and do these little bones and paws over top of that. The black and the brown might be too close. Maybe I'll do something metallic in the background. Maybe the copper. I'm thinking, I'm going to tap my fingers, but I don't have nails anymore, so I'm not going to get too much of the tapping. I know that drove somebody crazy one time. So sorry. Not really. So what color do I want in the back? It's got to pop one yellow. You know, let's just use this. Hi, Sophie. I like doing it. I don't know how good I am, but thank you. I do waste a lot of paint, I can tell you that. As the thousands of prints that I've made, you'd think by now I'd have it figured out how much paint to use. I always use too much. I'm trying to be conscious of that now. This is the PBO Dyna Green Blue. And there's a booger on the plate. Okay. That's probably a crusty bit getting pulled off the edge. All right, now I want to do the stripes in this color. So this is the stripe. This is my stripe stencil. And is it called stripes? Was I that clever? Yeah, stripes it is. Oh. But these are really useful when you there's so many things you can do with it. Doesn't seem like it, but trust me, it is. Hey, Becky. All right. That came out pretty clean, and it's just a little bit of a background. I wanted to put something behind it. So that's kind of what I wanted. Do I have any prints that might look good on? Let's do this. Let's put it over this and see if you get a little glimpse of that turquoise against that orange. Yeah, there you go. Just a little layer on top of that. And then this one, I'm just going to grab a piece of deli. And I basically just want to clean this up and move on. I don't want to spend too much time. Sherry from iStencils is a dog lover. They have a couple dogs too. And she sent me gift baskets and stuff for when we had Mojo and Babe. And when we got Oakley, she sent him a puppy basket and a few things for good old Babe. So now I want to put my yellow Labrador Retriever on top of that. So I'm going to do some, and I only really need to do, kind of the inside area. Oh, how am I going to do that without schmutzing up the rest of the print? Didn't think that far. Okay, I'm going to try. We'll try it. It's an experiment. It's a piece of paper. What's the worst that can happen? Let's put a little bit of this down. I want this close. There must be a booger in there. And just a little, you know what? I'm going to get a fluid because that's going to be too burnt umber, quinacridone, orange, nickel azo gold. Let's just put the tiniest pop of that in there. Just so it's not a flat beige color. And I'm going to move some of that around with my finger. And I'm going to try to keep this. And I got too much paint. I'm going to see how big this is. Oh, I've got to go up further. Okay, we're going to make that bigger this way. Yeah, he's still got to go bigger. I'm trying not to get all this beige over the stripes. That'll work. On the first print. See, that's what I was telling you. You don't have to put the paint on the whole plate if you're using something smaller. So now I want to take this and try to pick up a little pupperoo through there. Hi, everybody. Oakley here. Little screwball. Oh, he was ornery today. I work from home today, and Dave was at work. Oh, my God, he was ornery this morning. And then Dave gets home. And immediately after Dave enters and sits down on the couch, there he is, Mr. Innocent. Little turd. Oh, my God. Boy, it'll be the death of me. Oh, look, I got a little one on there. Let's pick this up and put that on here and put that on here just to get the paint off of there. Hi, Janet. Now, if anybody wants to see anything, let me know. A certain color, a certain stencil, whatever. I'm happy to try to show you what you want to see before you pay for something. No, that one's too good to schmutz on. I don't want to do that. Well, I'm not going to use this for anything. I'll just try to pick that up on there again. Yeah, he's probably close to 90 pounds. It's hard to tell because when we get him to the vet and try to get, Babe will walk in and walk to the scale and sit down. You don't even have to ask her. She's used to doing it when she goes in there. And you get her weight easy. She sits still. Oakley jumps on it, jumps off, sits down, stands up, wagging at everybody going by. The scale, I mean, the numbers are going. It's like, so we take an average of like 85, 90 maybe. We don't really know. A little squirrel. Now I'm going to do a pop of black with these paws and bones she sent me. And this is an iStencil. And it's a repeatable one. 94-00079. And you can see the little, it's hard to see. These little etched spots under my, oh God, it's really hard to see. See those right there? You just see them like an outline of the shape. You line that up with the design and you can cover a whole wall and it looks like it's wallpaper. It doesn't, it lines it up perfectly. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not very well. I'm going to switch to this black. Oh, I need to get, where the hell? Oh, right on my chair between my legs. Well, the chair is black, so that's good. Just going to put a little bit on there because these are real small holes. I didn't want too much gushing through. This rolls out nicer. And that's solid black. Maybe we'll put something metallic over top of that for my buddy CB. Here we go. Let's put this little booger down there. And let's see how this works out. Oops, did you see me wiggle there? Hope I didn't schmutz it. And this, you might have to get a little thumb knuckle action going in there because these are small holes and it's cardstock I'm trying to push through there. Usually when your paper curls up, it's because it got wet on the other side. So that's telling you that you are making some traction in there. All right, let's see what we got. That's kind of cute. TBO stripe in there. See if I can get them to catch the light. Why? Something's changed with my lighting. I don't know what the hell it is, but I can't get the shimmer in there much anymore. Ha! Thanks, Z. It is kind of cute. So let's get some of those out of those holes. Oh, let's do a patina print on this one since we got small openings there. Von, my squeaky brayer. Oh, I'm not the only one who drives crazy. All right, let's put this, move my computer back some. Let's get some of this off of there. That's a lot of paint because it's a lot of stencil there. It's got black on it. Donna, I saw Donna. Hey, Donna. Welcome. I'm going to get rid of that one. That one's getting a little crusty. So let's do the blue and the green again. See if I can make this work this time. Blue, green. All right, let's try that much. So what I want this to do, this one I think might come out pretty good. And ooh, look, CB, that came out pretty good. But it's a lot of paint, so I got to pick it up. So I'm just letting the weight of the brayer go over the print, not pushing down on it, and lifting up the excess. And see where you see the holes of the design come through when you get rid of that excess. You're going to have a lot of stuff, CB. You know how Facebook gives you your memories from like a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. All of Oakley's first videos when he was real little keep coming up in my feed. Oh my God. Crack myself up. That was a cute little booger though. He's still very handsome, but I wish they'd stay puppies longer. He gained 10 pounds a month for the first 7 or 8 months and then start slowing up a little bit. Use the back side of the dry ones. But then you'll have to choose which one you want, CB. You might like both sides. And then what? What kind of a painful decision will that be? I'm willing to waste a piece of cardstock for UCB. Oops. You're a tough broad, CB. I know that. All right. What do we get? Oh, that's cleaning the plate almost. And lifting the plate up. It's really got some suction on it. Oh, look at the stripes on the end where it picked up against the black show. That was the blue-green. That's kind of patina-ish. Don't schmutz. Well, I won't use that bit out there anyway, but I need to get that blob off of there. Good Lord. A blob and a booger. That came out pretty good for what a patina print's supposed to look like anyway. What time is it? 6:27. Got a half an hour. There's a few. I want to try to get through all of Joan's designs today, and she's got so many of them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm going to just print the designs with different colors. Hey, Janet. And keep burning through them so you guys can see what the design looks like and how it prints. Oh, that has a bunch of clear stuff coming out of it. That's not good. There we go. That's one of those Matisse. It's called Australian Olive Green. And I wonder if this has been down here long enough. Not quite. See where that's still dark at the end? Let me see if I can shake it any better now. Hey, Judy. Yeah, I'm going to have to let that sit a little bit longer. That's not blending down there quickly enough for me for this. So let's use a little bit of this. I'll get it. A little bit of that schmutzed in there. And I'm just going to grab what's on top and keep burning through these. So I want to try to get every design dirty tonight. I don't know if I will. I only got a half an hour left. There's a lot of stencils. This one is called paint on the stencil. Lord. Batons Abstract. This one looks kind of tribal to me. They're not clean lines. They're kind of distressed. I don't think that'll print completely on block. It's got some shimmer in there, but that other one was just a regular acrylic paint. It doesn't have any iridescence to it, so I just lose that dark green on the black. And a small design like this with the smaller holes is great to do on the deli because you can see right through it. Ooh, I like that one. That's a cool design. That would even be a cool pop of black, actually. That's not too much that you couldn't do a pop of black on that. I'm going to put it over here because I'm going to layer up on that one, I think. And then, let me clean out the holes. Yeah, it was a nice one, Joan. What's this? Oh, that's still wet. That's one of CV's shiny ones. It's wet up here. Is this dry? Yeah, this one's like all orange. I'm just going to put that on here and see what happens. Oh, no. Lifting up the stencil and putting it on there. Hello. Almost hosed that up. And this I'm going to clean off on the back because you can't see through the cardstock like you can the deli. So I'm not worried about just messing up the back of this. Clean that one up. I really like this one. It's got a blob on it from somewhere. Well, not as good as I thought. You can see a ghost of that in there. Where I'm going to put you. Now both sides are wet. Sometimes I do wonder how my brain works. That's going to be a cool cleanup print, though. So let's go to Flower Powers, the next one. I'm going to do some different weird colors here. This one's just called Pink. It's a Master's Touch. It's a Hobby Lobby paint. Since it's a floral and get some, I don't know, a couple bloomy colors in here, but it's going to pull up some green too. So I'm hoping it kind of, this one's Australian Salmon Gum. There we go. Kind of a coral. Don't look at me. It's a paint tube. Just want to kind of mix that up a little bit. Flower Power. This has those same daisy kind of looking flowers as that one with the 4 panels did. Flower Power. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I'm going to clean the holes out with this one that's got a ton of layers on it just to get them cleaned out. Get those holes cleaned out. And then I'm going to put this on here and see what happens. And this I just want to clean off the stencil. Yeah, something lost in the translation there, I think. You can still see both of them, but in my head, it comes out a little differently. And then this one is Tribal Impressions. Looks like a bunch of like, not quite X's and O's, but diamonds, lines, and circles. Sort of. And bears. Oh my. Let's do this. Brilliant Purple. and Brilliant Aqua Green. It should be brilliant. Hardy har har. Oh, that was loose. Maybe not. It looks a little drab. It might be because they're too close in value to each other. I think. Hey, Joyce. Tomorrow I'm going to stream at 2. I'm going to take Oakley to training in the morning. And we'll get back here, grab a bite, stream for a couple hours, and then probably go to my mom's and take her some stuff. And then Sunday, I'm going to go earlier. Maybe I should go to her on Sunday. I'm going to stream at 11 on Sunday. Oh, that's cool. You could cut these little strips out and use those in collage. Would look kind of cool. Oh, that's what I'll keep that one for, actually. So that's my colors anyway. I'm just going to grab a print from yesterday. Sounds like the Diphtheria Award. Hey, Linda. I'm just going to put this behind it, clean that off for the sake of time. There's Amalia. It's picking up a bunch of those other colors underneath of there. Let's see. This one I like. This is where the one that of Jones that has stripes in it. It's called Dots and Stripes. Clever. Let's see. I'm just grabbing odd colors of paint together now. That's quite a noisy tube. I'm not making good choices with paint. I think it's the congestion. Is the Cool Cakes, is that the name of your channel, Amalia? What's your YouTube name? I know, Joan. I hear you. I'm waiting to see what Amalia's channel is. Okay, so everybody in chat that's live now, see that Cool Cakes and Crafts with Amalia? That's her YouTube channel. She's one of my girls. If you haven't already subscribed to her YouTube channel, it would be really nice if somebody would go out there and a few of you guys go out there and like her channel and get her over 1,000 subscribers. She's really close. Or if one of you guys can put Amalia's link up there, then everybody can just click on that link and get over there. I think only the mods can put in links on YouTube. You're welcome. That one kind of looks 3D with them going diagonal like that. Now I'm just going to start burning through these babies. I got 2 more days, but we'll do other stuff with them tomorrow. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I need to do a light and a dark color. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Oh, that's true, Jean. If you click on Amalia's to the right hand of her name in chat, you'll get like an ellipsis, like 3 little dots come up. You can click on that and then go to her channel and subscribe. I forget about that on YouTube, Jean. Thanks. That's why I have you guys here, to keep me straight. Oh, mercy. I'm going to have to take another shower before we go get something to eat. Oh, good. Thanks, guys. You bumped her up. All right. I know everybody likes circles, so let's get this one out there. Circle gridlock. I love me some skirkles. I'll see if I can get some rose gold to come up here. That's pretty close. You guys are going to be sick of hearing me cough and my squeaky brayer. I'm sure I'm offending some people's sensibilities. I have no control over either one. That actually does look kind of rosy gold. Oh, hello, lover. Got some of those stripes in it too from the last one in dots. It's rose gold in person. It's looking more silver there. I think that's my lighting again. Damn lights. And this I'm going to pick up. Thanks, Joan. Rose golden circles. What's not to like? Clean the stencil with most of the stuff off the plate. This one is tribal something. Tribal crystals. Crystals. I wonder if this is mixed up enough to use. Oh, look out. how this is going to be because this is, well, maybe it's not going to be. I no longer have fingernails to pick off the paint boogers. There we go. I'm thinking icicles should look icy. And this is the Ultra Metallic Vivid from Color Art in the silver. And this do look silver. It looks like chrome. I don't know what's happening on some of these spots there that aren't covering over. There must be something globbed on my plate. Make it look like icicles. Let's put that one on black. That's a really good silver paint. My black paper has slipped further back on my shelf there. Can't get it. Yeah, this is one of them, Vicki. This is a real metal color. Yeah. See how shiny that is? That's a nice, really nice. This. The stencils make it easy, Joan. See how I did that in there? That's just a little cleany-uppy print there. All right. What time is it? 48. Let's try this one. Chaotic. That's fitting. You know, I wonder how. I'm just going for shits and gigs now. Oh, and somebody else says yes, gigs. What were somebody else say? Shits and gigs. This is a little that fallow turquoise golden, and I'm going to put some of the gold and silver on here too. It was iridescent. It was that silver metallic paint. And I'm going to see what happens here. This might be kind of interesting. And a little extra off of there. And then get this worked in. All right, I'm going to do that. Oh, no, it won't show up on black. I'm going to do that on cardstock. That might look stunning. Yeah, they're Color Art. The same ones that make Primary Elements and Twinkling H2Os. And remember, she was doing her Twinkling H2Os in watercolor pans, not the little circular jars, but she was putting them in pans. And Patty, where'd you get the divots? Yeah, that's from Color Art, colorart.com. And it's got a U in color and an E at the end of art. I don't know if you can see what that looks like in person with that silk white, but it's silver. Oh, hello, lover. I love that stencil too, Joan. That looks pretty nice. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Clean some of that up. And let's take this one where I picked up where the hell did this blob of stuff come from on there? Telling you, getting out of control. Oh, great. Okay, let's put this away. And let's just get a new piece of deli. Try this again. Was I ever in control? Not really. Trying to tell you. Not so much. I always live by the code of if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I like that one. That silver in there is really... That would be cool on that icicle. I call it icicles, or Joan calls it crystals. But that would look cool with that. It looks really icy. What time is it? 53. Well, I said I was going to do watercolors with this one, but I'm not going to have time tonight to do that. So let us just... I don't know. I want to use this. I like this color, Australian Sky Blue. It's kind of got a little periwinkle to it. Oh, Jesus. Look what came out of there. Holy macaroni. Ah! That's enough for the whole plate. Sweet mama. Well, if I don't mix anything in with it now, I'm going to get one color. Let's put a little silver in there. I love silver and rose gold. Good night. Whew. Australian sky everywhere. I covered up all that pretty color, CB. That one wasn't my fault. All the other ones were, but that one was not. I mean, it just keeps on coming out of there. Now it looks like it got one color anyway. We'll see if any of the silver comes through that. I can see little bits of the silver. You know what? I'm going to pull that on black because that that's a light color and it's opaque, so that'll show up on black. Joan, don't turn on me and reminder. Oh, that was way too much paint. See where it squidged out in between the little dots in between the designs? My bad. But you get the idea. Let me clean the holes with this one. Oh, see, I was going to do something and you guys let me forget about the gift bag. Oh, Lord. Now, what do I want to try to put on a gift bag? That'll be my last pull. Let me put a little schmuck. I gotta put that somewhere else. There's a lot of paint still on there. And that was wet. Good Lord. I know. It was unfortunate, but yeah. I love the stencil, not liking the paint job. I'm really apt to screw up the gift bag at this point. Stencil, what stencil, what stencil? You know what? I just had an idea. Where the hell did I put my... where's my piece of Mylar that goes on the top of my jelly plate when I put it away? Who knows at this point? Oh, there it is. On top of the gift bag. See, it always shows up. Sometimes. Aren't they great, Susan? These are Jones designs. So again, where's my little cheat sheet? There we go. For any of the latecomers, Jones Smithies. These are mostly her designs. The code is SMITHIES25 for 25% off the entire iStencils site. If you spend $50, you get this free design. And you can also get free shipping if you are in the US, free domestic shipping. And I've heard that the international shipping is very reasonable. Turbo Blaster Nerd, you've been streaming for hours and no one has joined. That's so sad. What do you do? What do you stream? I'm going to try to do pouncing on this one, which I'm not very good at. But I'm going to try it with a makeup sponge. Jean, I may be calling on your services, if you know what I mean. So, should we just use black? Or should we do something fabulous? Yeah, we might be able to take care of that. Let me see. Where's my Super Sash mod? I did it. Yeah, that was going to go nowhere good. She's on a break every time she does that. Oh, God. I blasted him. Do you have the live chat or the top chat on at the top of your chat window? You must have top chat on. I think you've done this before. Might have to have you turn in your sash for a penalty box. Oh, you didn't see it? You guys have live chat or top chat on? Yeah, I blew it out. CB saw him, huh? And you guys all have at the top of the window, it says live chat, right? Yeah, that's weird. How is that possible even? He's been streaming for hours and no one was watching. Well, that's still the case. I'm sorry to say. What color do we want to put on here? It's just craft paper, so it should be something flashy. I need to get one of my, where the hell are they? Really? Oh, here it is. Oh, one of these numbers. Let's do silver. What the hell? Oh, now I see Sean in purple and teal PBO. Oh, well, I got silver out there. I'm probably going to screw it up, too, because I am not a good pouncer. Zach is a really good pouncer. I've seen her pounce her brains out. Really good. So you got to watch because the stencil won't lay great where these handles cause a bump there. So I might start the design under that. All right, I can feel on the end right there. So I might start right about there. And I don't know if I get my sponge too wet. I do tap it off. We'll see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, I'm going to need more paint than that. And I'm pouncing this one because these holes are pretty small. And I could pick them up on deli paper, but cardstock would be really difficult for this one. Well, let's do a gradient. Let's put some copper down there. Then we'll go back and get some silver. Oh, crap. I'm going to mix up my... Oh, shit. How did that get there? Are you freaking kidding me? It's green. Well, I'm not going to do the whole bag then because it's screwed up already. And when I didn't tap that off. Are you freaking kidding me? Let's go over some of that. Now I'm frustrated, so I'm not taking real good care of what I'm doing here. Well, let's do some of this and get it really mixed up. But you get the idea that you can, doesn't have to be just on paper. You can do it on a gift bag, right? But that's coming out rosy now. Sure, Gil. Laugh at my pain. Freaking hell, it's this crap. I should have got rid of this whole layer of paper. Look, am I a neat Nick doing this? No. Well, other than the green. Oh, sweet Lord. Shoot me now. Okay, so pretend that green booger's not there. I'll put my thumb over it. I'd add a little something to just a craft bag, right? Won't be using that for a gift unless I give something to Gayla. I'll look for Gayla. You'll remember this day. You'll rue the day. In principle, it was a good idea. Sometimes my ideas don't work out on paper so great. But there's nothing new there. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for sticking in with me. One last shot at the deets. Put a belly band on it. There you go. See? That's why I keep you guys around. You're the brains of the operation. Now, maybe I'll just put green blobs all over it now. Make it look intentional. All right, guys, I got to run. Go have some din-din with my husband and clean this up. And I will be back tomorrow around 2 is the plan. Oh, you're welcome, Joan. Thanks, CB. Sean, everybody. Paint the whole bag and start over. There you go. Thanks, Norma. Riri. I didn't see you in there, dear. Thanks. Thanks for popping by. All right. Mama got to go. Catch you tomorrow.